We start with the 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, we mentioned we expected the price to drop to 0.467 following by 0.44. As we can see, the price breaks 0.467 and almost near to the second 0.44. And we get the reversal. That's why when the price drop here, we mentioned if we get any reversal, we can look for buy, but we mentioned we can expect to get the correction. And as we can see, there was no trade setup and we get the correction. All right. But we didn't get any reversal. No one see what's the next and how we can look for trade, whether the price can reverse from here or we should look for this one as a flat. Anyway, we start with higher time frame. We start with daily chart, and based on daily chart, the only thing is we don't have much thing to discuss. The best things is we move to forward chart. The only thing is we're looking at this part, and we move to forward chart. You want to see how we can look at the chart based on forward chart. What we're looking for, we're looking for this one in relative to this for one move up. That's mean we're looking for buy. All right, but beside that, internally, how about this two if turn to a flat? Okay, if this one turn to a flat, any drop, the next level I'm looking for is 0.43. All right, before we get the reversal, if the price can drop, because we can see internal flat based on 1 hour chart, it will be more clear. Now the question is how we can look for trade. And one thing I need to highlight here, we need to be aware about this internal correction relative to this. Okay, what I want to say is that if we want to look for buy, may the price either drop from here or even give us one move up with the breakout of this. This one turn to a bigger correction for one more drop. We are not going to look for this drop. All right. The only things I want to highlight, if we're going to look for buy, we need to be aware of that, especially if we get any buy setup with the breakout of this. Even if they get the buy, we see it's not moving as a sharp turns to a corrective. We need to know maybe this one can turn to a more complex correction. That means if we get any buy setup, we should know how to manage it. At least we move our stop loss to break even. Okay, now how we can look for trade? As we mentioned, we're looking for this correction. Any buy, we will be more interested, but internally we need to be aware of this. And any drop, if this one turn to a flat, what we expect, we can expect the price to drop to 0.43 before we get the reversal. In this case, we move to 1 hour chart. All right, that's why we mentioned earlier whether the price can reverse from here or we can put this one as a 1 2 3 in relative to this for one more drop. Technically, we can look for this flat and any drop with the breakout of the previous low, then from there any reversal it can give us better trade setup, because when the price drop from here, we mentioned we're looking for the reversal. Even there was a correction, but there was no trade setup. Since the price start to correct here, and again technically when we see this kind of the move, even we can expect the price to retest or break this top, which is 52 cents, then give us one more drop. We can put this two in relative to each other. That means if we want to look for buy, we need to be quite careful. Even we don't have any trade setup for buy here, we cannot simply buy. And the best thing is for me, if we get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, I will confirm this flat. Then from there we can look for reversal. But how about if the price reverse from here, start to up move from here? The only thing is we need to see the sharp move. It confirm this one is our finish. And if like, we take the trade. And having entry above this can be an option, but it's really risky because I mentioned we can expect this one 10 to 3 waves, tag the top, drop. Then how about if you put the entry above this, we tag, drop. Okay, then if we want to have entry above, maybe this one is not a really good idea. Maybe we can put above here. But again, it depends on the traders. If they can monitor and they be in front of the chart, maybe they can put here. And what we want the price break sharply and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first hour, we take out the trade. Okay, that's why having entry above the top is really risky, especially here. Maybe we put it above here, or we just wait for one more drop. If we get, this is the best. And if the price reverse from here, we get for confirmation as a sharp move, flag or correction, we take the trade. Okay. And right now, we don't have any trade setup to look for buy. And if this one turns to a deeper correction with the breakout of this, any sharp move flag, we can look for sell, but sell will be short term with the breakout of this low, which is around 46, 0.46 or 0.465. We have to start to manage. We don't need to wait for the breakout of this one because of this shadow. All right. Anyway, the sell can be short term. We're looking at this. Any drop reversal. This is what I'm interested if I get, rather than the price reverse from here. Okay, but if the price reverse from here, we see if we get a trade setup that can give us a good trade, we can take it. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.